Corey Aston then places the ball down, and he will get this one underway, and it's game time here, and Corey Aston kicks deep towards the Rochdale team, and that is collected by Chris Riley over on the northern stand terrace side. So Rochdale then with the ball first in hand, and that will find its way to Kevin Penny, taking his first drive of the afternoon, and wrapped up there by Damien Siranen and Liam Kirk in the tackle. Rochdale then will look to come forward, making yards up over their own 30-metre line on the third tackle, and quickly again, as I highlighted in the preamble there, we see Lewis Foster, the hooker, trying to get his team on the front foot, as now Rochdale playing it in their change strip today of slate grey on the fifth and last, make it up to halfway, and the kick will come, and picks him off with some ease. It's James Bentley. I don't think he really expected that. A little bit of afters there, but James Bentley not happy with the tackle. Play continues on the fifth and last then. Bradford just inside the Rochdale 10-metre line, and James Bentley will make up for that now by touching the ball down for Bradford's first try of the afternoon. So what a fantastic opening period of the game we've had, and all things good for Bradford. Over on the northern terrace side, the ball will come back this way then, as we will see Joe Keys eventually wrapped up just shy of the 20-metre line. Bradford putting the ball through hands. Evan Hodgson finds Vila Halafihi, and Vila Halafihi scores for Bradford Bulls. A fantastic team try. Composes himself again, looking at the sticks, clearing his mind, runs, strikes the ball well. That one sails through the post, and that opens Corey Aston's account, and that will see Ross Oakes eventually wrapped up. Now, this is on here at Bradford, and we're seeing the players come together. It's been coming, the touch judges are on, and this has just descended into the brawl that we spoke about. It was probably on the cards, and we said that this game could go either way in our preamble, Danica, and we're certainly seeing it now, aren't we?
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
Yes, we all love a bit of biff on a Sunday, but I think that Rochdale deserved that. And
yeah, that just comes from some cheap shots. It's totally unnecessary in the game. You know, look, we're getting the ball up the pitch. We're outwitting them somewhat, and just can't handle it. And you know what? Yeah, it's a nice a bit of entertainment, I guess, for some people. It's just they've had it coming. It's just unnecessary. You know, it's the second or third time that they've tackled him off the ball after a kick there. You know, it's great for people. You know, people like the entertainment. As a player, it's just infuriating. It's just unnecessary. And you know, in Bradford's defence there, if that's one of my teammates that had seen that happen to several times, you'd have a word and you'd say something.
I've got to agree, they've certainly targeted Corey Aston on his kick sets, haven't they? And they've certainly gone at him. And I think, like we said, you know, in the preamble, Rochdale will, and their coach has made no bones about it. You know, he'll have instructed his players to go out and rough the young lads of Bradford up, and that's obviously what we've seen in the opening stages of this game. But fair play to Bradford, you know, they've stood up for one another and they've stood up and be counted. I'm not advocating that, you know, that it's all that it's as it should be. As we see a player march to the sin bin for Rochdale. I can't make his number out. Is that number 19, Jordan Case, the loose forward? I think it is. That's going to the sin bin for Rochdale. Now the referee is still talking to Scott Moore. And he's also sin-binned Scott Moore for obviously coming in then. And I'm a bit bewildered by that, because if anybody, I thought he'd have gone for James Bentley, but he hasn't. Now he has sent a second Rochdale player. There's still time for him to send another Bradford player off, so I'll be quiet on that one. I don't want to wish.
Yeah, there's Rochdale don't look too happy there, do they? Arguing the cards there. To
John Magrin. John Magrin runs the ball to the centre of the sticks. We've had 22 minutes on the clock played here at the Provident Stadium. As the ball goes out now to Amari Caro. Amari Caro cuts one way, and Amari Caro will go over the line and eventually be held up on his back. He'd only to fall over there, Danica. He'd only fall forward, and that would have tried. That would have another 4 points to Bradford. But the Rochdale team muscling up in defence. And the player will come back, and Amari Caro will restart on the 10-metre line. He'll quickly play that to James Bentley to Liam Kirk. Liam Kirk sells a dummy and sails in for a fantastic, well-deserved try. Danica, do we think that Bradford can fully exploit this one-man advantage?
Yeah, well, it looked like they're doing so at the minute, and they just need to keep on playing this out.
As we said, so that should add a little bit more go forward and certainly a bit of steel in defence for Bradford. Rochdale go for the short kick-off. That falls to the hands of Kevin Penny. James Bentley manages to pick it up, and James Bentley will go down the tram line just inside now the 10 metres of Rochdale. Joe Keys goes to the left-hand side as we see a little bit of a hit and spin from Bradford on that one, on the fourth tackle then, as Bradford are eventually brought down, and I think that's Sam Alice. And Andy Sweet pulls out another yellow card. So now we said in the preamble he's not afraid to show a few cards.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Up to today, I think he'd shown 5, but
well, I don't know if he's got some kind of tally he's got to get by the end of the season or something, but it's coming a bit of a pantomime now. I'm not quite sure what that was for. I mean, it looked like the ball was ripped, granted, but obviously something went down underneath there. Maybe he's just trying to pull him out as a bit of a warning now.
Well, that was Sam Alice that got the penalty for Bradford. I'm not too sure who the player was, as we see Bradford score. And this is all good for Bradford.
Very simple rugby, like we said at the start of the game, so all credit to Bradford now.
Corey Aston strikes this one then. And he will add to his tally. Fantastic kick from Corey. Managed to get Bradford over their own 40-metre line on the third tackle. The ball quickly goes through hands. Even Etchen steps one way before passing the ball to Ethan Ryan. Ethan Ryan now will use his pace. Oh, unbelievable! Lewis Galbraith with an absolute left up there that was a rate buildinger, and the referee and the touch should do nothing. On the fifth and last tackle then, Evan Hodgson plays that one. The ball quickly goes to Joe Keys. Joe Keys will pick a kick out of the sky. That will bounce. It goes forward to Amari Caro. Amari Caro lets the ball bounce, and that will see Sam Alice, score another try. That we said in our preamble, myself and Danica said, that is how the Bradford Bulls today will be able to capitalise and pick up and go out on a season high and send the fans home happy. As Corey Aston sends that one through the sticks, then finds Sam Alice, and Sam Alice is brought down on the Rochdale 10-metre line. He gets up and plays the ball, and that's a fantastic barnstorming run from Mikel Alaleski. That gets Bradford right in front of the sticks. What can Bradford do here then? As Corey Aston spins one way, spins then back to his left-hand side. He manages to offload to Vila Halafihi. Vila Halafihi gets the ball to Ethan Ryan, and Ethan Ryan sneaks in for a sneaky little try that is no more than deserved for the Bradford Bulls. Draws the imaginary line as he's done so many times previously this afternoon. Takes his step back, strikes that one, and that sails straight through the uprights to give Bradford Bulls now a commanding 34 points to 0 lead.
Yeah, Rochdale got nothing to lose now, have they? They might as well go all out and see what's happening. And that's what they've just done there. And Bradford making the error and trying to blame it on the Rochdale pulling the ball. It's just unfortunate. It's unnecessary, hold the ball and complete.
So Rochdale then now sits centre field. And again, the imposing... Well, Rochdale now will ghost in for a try. And this is what we were just saying, Danica, that it's been coming, and I think that Bradford were at fault there. Yep, they need that little bit of hunger back in the belly, as we see Daniel Yates kick that one, and he will get Bradford now to 5 metres shy on the second tackle. Scott Moore finds Corey Aston. Corey Aston drops the ball, drops his shoulder to the left, then spins to the right, finds the gap, and now then, the referee's going to stop the clock here and go to speak to his touch judge. Corey Aston is obviously over there. I don't think it's a double movement. He's got to give the try because the touch judge's not saying anything different. Oh, well, the touch judge has overruled the referee.
I think the cameraman at the end over there is trying to offer him his pictures up. He's not happy either, is he?
The referee says, says that Corey Aston then was held just short of the line. So Bradford was still in possession. Evan Hodgson straightens up, and he's wrapped up on the fifth and last tackle then. Rochdale struggling to get back to their own 10-metre line, and Scotty Moore moves quickly from the ruck area. That finds Ethan Ryan. Ethan Ryan chips through for Amari Cairo to touch down, and Andy Sweet's got to get that one. Just what the doctor ordered then.
Not doing so well, is it? That he's just lost his head, and you know it's really difficult when you lose your head on the game. You know the pitch to get it back again, and no, I don't like to make judgment on his.
Where Bradford obviously feel there is some yards to be made. Amari Carroll cuts in field, and Amari Carroll is eventually brought down 45 metres, but he loses the ball, but the referee says that's ripped out and gives another penalty to Bradford. So I make that the 6th penalty of Bradford's afternoon, as Joe Keys plays the ball quickly, races fully 50 metres, touches down, has the crowd on their feet. Fantastic try, fantastic opportunity try, and what a fantastic score from Joe Keys.
Ready and raring to go, and it's great to see. And it's great, the last game here, and giving the fans maybe something, who knows. But carrying it going, keep it going.
Referee Andy Sweet brings the play back and awards a penalty on the Bradford Bulls 10-metre line. Lewis Foster will play that one.
Ooh.
And that is no more than what's deserved. An absolute bell ringer as the hooter goes. And Thierry doesn't know where he is, but this is going to see Rochdale held up on the back as the fans in the main stand up and rightly applaud. Again, Bradford then will look to go forward, and Bradford now on the second drive of this set of 6 through Sam Alice managed to get around about 5 metres away from the try line as Scott Moore puts the ball through hands. That finds eventually Ross Peltier, and Ross Peltier dumps that one down for another try. That's a try this week, a try last week, so he's in a rich vein of form, is Mr. Peltier.
Yeah, but it's also an easy way for Rochdale to get some messages on the pitch as well, isn't it?
It is. Anyway, Bradford then through Mikkel Alaleski. Mikkel Alaleski will go straight towards the sticks. He is brought down 5 metres shy of the Rochdale's try line as Scott Moore will put the ball through hands, and Ethan Ryan will score. He dives in, not one of his spectacular tries, but adds to his tally this afternoon. And again, a fantastic, well-worked try. And it's been a good stint for Mikkel Alaleski as ever. And Liam Kirk returns it back to play. Corey Aston will convert this one. So, Bradford Bulls, tropics to what looks like somebody's turned on the tap. Anyway, Rochdale will look to try and add to the 6 points, and still managing to go forward before the referee Andy Sweet sells held, as they will now find their way in at the corner. And that try's been coming, and I think that is Chris Riley that manages to touch that one down, not being aware to where and not reading the play that was happening, Danica.
Just not shifting around enough.
Yeah.
And it comes with the
10-metre line. Bradford then still hunting through Joe Keys. Joe Keys goes across the park before finding John Magrin, and John Magrin then loses the ball in the tackle, and he's again, Andy Sweet gives a penalty to Bradford. Now I make that the 10th penalty of the afternoon to Bradford, and it's right in front of the sticks. Scott Moore talking to the rest of the team, and Bradford are going to run it through Liam Kirk. A quick tap then, and Liam Kirk straightens up and goes towards the post. A quick play of the ball. Scott Moore, yes, scores, and that has been coming, and I like Scotty. I've got to know him this season. He's a nice enough lad, and that's no more than he deserves.
Those fans that really know the ins and outs of rugby, there's a few things that you'd pick up and a few comments you'd like to make about the technical aspect of the game.
As Rochdale now will get us back underway, 5 metres in from the northern terrace side, and managing to get towards the Bradford Bulls 20-metre line, and eventually wrapped up by Scott Moore as the band strike up in the background. A little chip kick over the top. That is misread by Ethan Ryan and sees Rochdale score. Now, I'm not too sure who that is that scored for Rochdale, Danica, because, and try and exploit the yardage and make some good yards with Sam Alice. Plays the ball quickly as Bradford will go towards that northern terrace side before eventually Heaven Hodgson is brought down 11 metres shy of the Rochdale try line. Ross Peltier then, his big frame bullocking forward. He's not going to drop it this time. The only place it's going is over the line, and again Ross Peltier scores his second try of the afternoon. The Bradford Bulls fans this season have taken Ross to the heart. He is a Bradford lad, he loves the club, he was glad when he re-signed. I don't know what's happening with Ross, whether he's re-signing next season or not, but on this showing I think that he's done enough if he does get offered a contract to be here for next season. Caro then kicking it. I'm not used to seeing a Mari Caro kick, to be honest with you.
Do you think they're just letting everyone have a go now that they...
Yeah, end of season, innit? So if we score again, it'll be Jeff Tooby that comes on and kicks it. And talking about scoring again, that is what exactly is going to happen as we see Vila pitch down. Fantastic try to finish off this season here at the Provident Rochdale Stadium. That is fantastic. And will Tooby come on and kick it? Who knows?
Just as we were saying that was just an interception in the Rochdale attack there, and a fantastic break down that line, and a well-deserved try, and what a way to finish off this game at Rochdale. An incredible try, an incredible break down the wing there. Fantastic. Should we play the game of if you try, you've got to convert, do you reckon?
Well,
you might as well now,
Who knows? Who knows?
Maybe I'll ask him if I can have a go.
Well, they've given the try to Corey Aston. I've gone for Vila Alafifi there, but I'm surprised here because it looked like Vila Alafifi had got that try there, but they've given it to Corey Aston. I tell you, I'm off to Specsavers. Well, the excitement and everything, you know, and the rain and everything, and I've got to... I've got to be honest with you that Corey Aston then raced away for that one. The final looter has gone, and that will see the final score here at the Provident Stadium Rochdale in the final game of 2017.